Welcome back, Mr. Vibrational Man, and helping you heal as much as I can, whether that is through clarity, through understanding mentally, or physically through actual healing guidance and energy and vibration. Anyway, next question. So, did you have any problems in the beginning in believing in your gifts? How did you fight the doubts? To be fair, it was a nightmare. It wasn't the easiest to deal with at all. In fact, it was pretty challenging, to say the least, because you do sit there for a very long time doubting your gifts and your abilities. I literally spent probably 7 to 8 years doubting while it was all happening and going on. And even though it was happening and going on, it was still challenging to accept, because you've spent so long being taught the opposite, that when you start experiencing this, it's like your pre-programmed setting is fighting against it now, trying to look for excuses, reasons, just trying to make logical sense of what happened, or trying to dismiss it altogether. But as you continue the journey and you continue experiencing these things, you can't really deny it. You can't really jump back into denial again. And trust me, you still fight some things. Like even today, even though I'm sure it's still like not not disbelief, but how would I explain it? I'm still processing it, to some degree, because it is amazing. But as I said before, you've been taught that you're practically nothing your whole life. You've been taught you're nothing. So yeah, it's really hard to come to terms with, mentally, spiritually, and physically. So yeah, I really did have problems doubting in it, to the point where I even got scared to explore it in case I was wrong. But then different situations would come up where it would require me to explore it, and it wasn't out of ego, it was out of genuine care. And boom, it happened again, and I'm just like, do you know what I mean? It sets you back every time it happens to begin with, because again, it blows your mind, and it kind of scares you. Because you start really thinking, okay, what else am I capable of? Do you know what I mean? And you can tell it's like overwhelming for me. It scares you at first, because you can't tell certain people these things, because they'll be in disbelief. They'll be like, no, that can't happen. Do you know what I mean? I'll go straight into that reject mode. But your whole life, you have felt that you are more than this. Okay? Your whole life. Even as a kid, you knew that loads of things were possible. You just didn't know how to make it happen. You wasn't taught yet. Okay? But yeah, waking up to it, especially healing, especially being able to heal people, that was the one that really woke me up to who I am and why I am. That's the one that actually kept me on my journey. It made me be able to fight, and have motivation, have the strength, have the courage to actually tackle it head on. and the motivation, because it started off with healing me, then it turned into healing other people. And whether that was mentally, physically, spiritually, I could do all three. And yeah, it completely blew my mind. But it kept happening, and yeah, I couldn't deny it after that. Do you know what I mean? It was like, no matter how much my brain was trying to fight it, my body knew that it was just the reality, and it was just like two opposing forces, my head and my heart fighting each other then. But the heart knew, the soul knew, the brain just, again, always looks for its own demise. Do you know what I mean? Not always, but yeah. So it wasn't that hard to fight the doubts. It was more or less because it was undeniable. I couldn't put too much doubt into it. I couldn't dismiss it, because there weren't no mere coincidences. There were full-on intentional healing, intentional situations. And also, so when it came with the heal, that's healing anyway. But then you've got other things like, sensing someone about to knock your door before they even knock your door, sensing your friends about to call you before they even call you, knowing what people are going to say before they even say it, knowing what's happening with people without even being in their presence. Oh man. And yeah, knowing when people are lying and what they're not saying and what they're hiding. So and remote viewing as well, seeing people and what they're doing without actually being there. All of these things kept coming through, one after the other, every single day, majority of the day. It's constantly slapping your doubt in the face. It is slapping your doubt in the face. So yeah, it's quite easy to fight. It's not even a case of fighting. It's more or less just surrendering to what's happening, instead of actually going in for the kill and trying to, dismiss it and run away from it out of fear. You just actually acknowledging it, witnessing it, and letting it happen. If the doubt comes in, I mean, the doubt will come in, but again, you are consistently experiencing these things. It's very hard to give your doubt power when it's constant. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that is my what was the question again? Sorry. Oh yeah, so that's my take on me having disbeliefs at the beginning when it came to discovering my gifts, and yeah, how I dealt with it as well, whether like fighting for it and stuff. So I can't catch the word. But anyway, yeah, I am on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube. Make sure that you catch me live on TikTok, because I come on as often as I can anyway, because I do need space to recover here and there. And if anybody gets in touch with you, that is not me, that is someone trying to scam you. Don't fall for it. All my healing's for free, all my wisdom's for free. And yeah, make sure you have a beautiful day, every single day, full of love and life, and making sure that you spread that love and light in and throughout all living things. Okay? Peace and love.